Hi guys, this is Dave the Guitar Guy coming to you from Southside Chicago. Today we're going to do Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks, hence the hat. Okay, the first chord is an A major, and hopefully you all know that by now. If you guys don't know major and minor chords, I also have a video on those as well. So let's just assume you do. So it's going to be arpeggio picking, which means you just pick through the chord. So there's going to be 4 notes, you do. Then the next chord I'm going to show you because it's a little bizarre. And if you need time to study this, please put it on pause until you can get your fingers in the right position. And again, as I always do with my guitar charts, up at the top you'll see X's and O's. X's are notes you don't want to hit. O's are the ones you do want to hit. The dots represent where your fingers go, and next to it is which finger that you should use. Starting with your first finger, 1, 2, 3, and your pinky being 4. At the bottom, you can see, while you're playing that chord, what notes you're playing. Okay? So again, please put this on pause. It's a little bit bizarre of a chord. It's not in too many songs I know of. So it's going to sound like this. Let's play that A first. And again, you're going to pick this one for 4 notes. You pick these first 2. And then you pick this G open. And then the B string, 2nd fret. So now we're going to go to B minor 7th. Everybody on YouTube is teaching it as a regular B minor, but B minor 7th looks like this. Okay? A regular B minor would have another finger right here, but it's actually a 7th, and if you listen really, really close to the song, which I did about 10,000 times, I knew something was just a hair off. And this is exactly what he's playing, is a B minor 7th. You won't find that with any other teachers on YouTube, I guarantee, because I checked. So the chord's going to sound like this. And again, you arpeggio pick it. And then when you're done with that, you use your pinky all the way up on your 5th fret on the high E string. And now you're going to go into an E9th. A lot of teachers want you to do this, the B minor 7th. But that's not right. That's incorrect. So that's what this chord looks like. This is kind of another doozy that I've never played before in any songs. So again, if you need time to get your fingers positioned, go ahead and pause your computer and take a good look at this, and I'll play it in just a second. And that's actually going to coincide with an E7th, and I'll show you an easier way to play an E7th as well. That only takes 2 fingers. But basically, if you notice both of these chords, they're pretty much the same, except for right here, he adds a pinky on again for another accent note. So if you can see both of these, and you've paused it long enough, I'm going to show you what he does. So let's start from the top again. A to A sharp, weird chord. B 7th, B minor 7th. Now you just slide your first finger over 1 string, and you're playing this. Excuse me, that doesn't sound right, does it? And you just add that finger on, so that's the 2 chords. Here's the first one. And then add the pinky on. So let's try it all together. this yet. Okay, but that's exactly what he's playing. I need a little more practice, granted. But that's your first intro, and then when he goes into his verse, which is blame it all on my roots, I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. The last one to know, the last one to show, I was the last one you thought you'd see there. Now a bunch of other instruments start joining in. We've got probably 2 or 3 acoustic guitars, an electric guitar, the bass, piano. So it's a little harder to tell. It gets a little bit muddied. So at this point, what I would do if I were you, and you just want to play this around a campfire, is make it as simple as possible. And just start playing it, just, arpeggio pick for a little while, but just do the A, and then this chord. And then go to E, a regular E major, back to A. The second line, I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne. Now you got to slide up to a D minor 7th. And I just happen to have that handy. And here's what D minor 7th looks like. And again, those are the notes you don't want to hit. These are the ones you do want to hit open. And if you notice, now we're starting on the 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. So we're no longer in these first 3 frets. You count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where you start. And then your other fingers go on 6 and 7. So we got a good look at that. Pause it if you need to. But it's just like B minor 7th. So if you were sliding, which you are going to be sliding, that B minor 7th up to, and then it goes back to, well, I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through. You'll never hear me complain. Now take A, and for the chorus, what I like to do with this song is he plays A, but I like to alternate the A bass note and the E bass note. So it kind of goes like this. I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases. Now to B minor 7th again. Blues away. To E major. Now be okay. I'm not big on social graces, think I'll slip on down to the old oasis. And you can just hold that A. Old oasis, so I got friends. B minor 7th again. To E. In low places. Now you go into the second verse, and it's basically the same thing all over again. Now, to make it easier for folks who aren't so keen on playing bar chords, let's try to simplify it a little bit. There's no way we can get around that second chord, but let's play A, and then our second chord. And now instead of barring this B minor 7th, you can take your finger off, put your finger here. Well, actually, you got to do these 3, and you can play the same thing like this. So you're hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, your 4 bottom strings, and I did. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's B minor, so yeah, I have B minor 7th right. I do have the B minor, this is not the B minor 7th, I really apologize. But what you would do is remove the 4th finger, and that makes it a 7th. So there would be your first finger on the 2nd fret on your high E string, your second finger on the B string, and your third finger on the D string, 4th fret, okay? And then just X that out. So if you want to pause your video for a second and get that one. So that's just an easier way to play your B minor 7th, okay? Another easier one, like I said, now when we go in the second line of the song, or it wouldn't be the 4th line in the song, but anyway, when I took his glass of champagne, so you're at B. When I took his glass of champagne, you got to go up to that D minor. An easier way to play D minor that is not bar chord is your first finger on this high E string, your second finger on your G string, 2nd fret, and your third finger on your B string, 3rd fret. So you'll see it sounds the same. Okay, so let's do that again. When I took this glass of champagne, and then you can go to E. And you said, honey, we made it through. And you kind of build up when you're building up to that chorus. You kind of build it up. And you said, honey, we made it through. You never hear me complain. 'Cause I got friends in places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I even add my pinky finger onto that B string 3rd fret with my E. I play it first, just a regular E major. And then for an accent, you could throw that in there, which I believe he does throughout the song. Anyway, so we learn the intro, we learn the first lines, which are all pretty much the same. Then we learn the chorus. I'm trying to think of anything else I can do to make it easier for you guys. I have a zillion chord charts out here. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty much it as far as being able to easier play things. I'm just trying to, I know some of you beginners are really frustrated with bar chords. It takes a lot of finger strength to get used to them and stuff. So again, we have a B minor 7th in here that we need to play, but if you just take that finger off and slide it over to the last 3 strings, you can do the same thing with that. You can also play just a regular B minor that way, and that's pretty close. I mean, that B minor 7th he's playing, it takes a really good ear to hear the difference between the B minor and the B minor 7th. So for just sitting around the campfire with friends, I guarantee you nobody's going to know the difference. So I'm going to play this the way I used to play it before I really sat and listened, okay? So I would start with that A. And then I went to E. Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. And just hold that B. The last one to know, the last one to show. I was the last one you thought you'd see there. I saw the surprise. B minor, fear. I'm sorry. Saw the surprise, fear in his eyes. B minor, I took his glass of champagne. Now just keep this finger position and slide it up to the 5th fret. Champagne. And now go to your E major. In I toasted you, said honey, and build it up. You will never hear me complain. So I think I've got the whole song covered. And again, if you don't want to do the B minor up to another B minor and you want to play B minor like so, because it's easier on your fingers, that's fine, man. Nobody's going to know the difference. So after that B minor where you're supposed to slide up to this D minor, just play your D minor right here. And I did show that chord, I think, and I'm going to show it one more time again. So if you need to pause, go ahead. And that's how you play D minor. So again, I'll play it that way. D minor to champagne to E. And I toasted you, said honey, we made it through. You'll never hear me complain. Hold that. Now to A. Okay? Now, as far as the picking or the strumming pattern goes, it's kind of down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So going down, down, up. It's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So again, down, down, up, down, down, up. And I'm sorry, this is the first video ever where I showed strumming patterns, and I kind of get confused with it too, but I get a lot of comments about that. Hey, can you show the strumming pattern? So in future videos, I'm really going to try to work on that. I'm not really good at teaching that portion of it. But I think that's about it for now, guys. And if you liked it and you got something out of it, please subscribe and like. I'm at the verge right now of being able to monetize here, and I'm a pretty broke guy. And speaking of broke, please excuse my brace today. I didn't realize a month ago I broke my back, and I just found out 2 days ago that I fractured 2 vertebrae in my spine. So I'm in a lot of pain today and stuff, and I hope it didn't come through on the camera. But I love teaching you guys, and again, I hope you got something out of this, and I know for a certain fact that nobody else on YouTube is playing it exactly the way Garth Brooks plays it. And what I normally do is try to watch the original artist play live in concert, and then you know you're playing a song properly. But with Garth, he's kind of like Elvis. A lot of times he just wears his guitar and sings, and the backup musicians are doing all the playing. And he might hit a chord here or there. But I did find one YouTube video, and you can find it too. He's on the Kelly Clarkson show, and you can see his hands a little bit, what he's doing. Plus, I urge everybody who's a beginner, even intermediate, really, really don't cheat and try to find out how to play through other people, except for me. But no, seriously, listen to a song, listen to those tones, and after a while, you're just going to know. I mean, I'll be driving down the street, I'll hear a song come on, and I'll just know that's an E minor. I'll know this is a D. So a lot of times I can figure out a song without my guitar. I can figure out most of a song just driving in my car listening to it. And really, you just train yourself to do that, and you'll be able to do it real soon too. Anyway, this is Dave the Guitar Guy from the south side of Chicago. It's a beautiful day, about 70 degrees, and we're in the middle of September. I hope you're all having a good day wherever you are, and God bless you all, okay? Peace out, y'all, and we'll see you on your next one. Bye-bye.